Hey folks, East of Eden Grower C. Fury here, coming to you from my maintenance zone. I had an early morning request today to show another grower exactly what tools I use to disperse out my compost teas. And far be it from me to, you know, to not oblige a lady when she asks a question. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn y'all around and take you over to where I've got a few of the tools that I use. In particular, I'll go right down the list. I've got a 25-gallon pressure tank sprayer. I use that for large applications. I've got a 4-gallon backpack pump sprayer that I use for smaller applications. And then I've got a 2-gallon pump sprayer that I like to use, just for the occasional little application of a little drip here, a little drip there, maybe some light foliar feedings. And believe it or not, I even feed some of my inside house plants with these compost teas. They are in fact safe to use for that. And last but not least, the most sophisticated piece of equipment that I have, the watering jug. And what I can tell you in preface to all of this is basically, we're using a similar ratio of compost tea to water all of our plants, all of our trees, with the one single exception of the ratio that we use to water our pastures. Typically I water our pastures at a 5-to-1 rate, but I water our gardens at a 4-to-1 rate. So basically what that means is for every 4 parts of material, one of those parts will be compost tea. This is the super easy way to get it right. If I have 1 jar of compost tea, I'm going to add 3 other jars of water to that for a total of 4 jars. If they're 1-quart jars, I end up with 1 single gallon of solution to apply. A lot of people have asked me, they say, hey, do you start out with such a high ratio? And the simple answer to that is no. Typically I start out with a half ratio or even less than that. When you're applying compost teas that are rich in biology to areas that haven't had that biology in them for a long time, quite often you could see some strange things that happen. One of the results that I have seen when I've made compost teas is if I have a sick plant that just cannot make it, that sick plant might actually senesce, and it does so really quickly. So if you've got some plants that are a little less than stellar and they're not quite weak, generally speaking, we like to apply a smaller dose to them. Give them the chance to take that into themselves and then make that decision as to whether or not they've got enough vigor left to put up a good fight and bring back the lush green growth that we all love to see. So that being said, after I make that initial application of, say, maybe 1 jar to 5, 6, or 7 other jars, that would give me an 8-to-1 ratio, somewhere in that range. After I've made an application like that, and I look back maybe a day or 2 days later, and I look and I see nothing negative has happened, that everything is going in the right direction, maybe I might even see some new growth after 2 or 3 days, I go ahead, I give it that pause, and I automatically go right to maximum dosing. My maximum dosing is very simple. If you think of it like this, I've got a 4-gallon pressure sprayer. I want to have 4 quarts of compost tea at the highest rate. The rest will all be water. If I have a 2-gallon pressure sprayer, I want to go ahead and make sure that I have 2 quarts of compost tea inside that 2-gallon sprayer. Make sense? If I'm going to use a small squirt bottle, which y'all can use for your houseplants and maybe inside your greenhouses if you've got those tiny little cute ones you get from Harbor Freight, if you're doing something like that, it's the same exact thing. Just take 1 single part of compost tea and mix it with 4 to 8 parts of water, and you're going to get a very safe solution to introduce your plants to. Oh, here comes a dog that I don't know. Hey, buddy. I think I do know who you are. You belong to another farmer. We'll pause here, folks. Okay, so right here sitting on the top of my ZTR lawnmower is a filter bag, lingerie bag. It's a fine mesh bag, and we use this to screen out the coarsest particles that might still be in the compost teas. I'm going to show you here how I use it with the 25-gallon pressure tank. This pressure tank is pulled behind my little ZTR mower right there. It's on a pretty old but fairly rugged trailer, and it has a deep cycle marine battery that's used to being charged and discharged often as its power source. a simple connection with this lead and this lead. Red goes to red, black goes to black. Gives this pump power. This little filter bag goes right here. I press it in just enough and stick a rubber band there, and then I pour whatever ratio of compost tea that I want right into here, and then I'll remove this, and then I fill the remainder with water. This is 5 gallons, so you do the math. You end up with quite a bit of compost tea. Typically I end up putting 5 gallons of compost tea into the 25-gallon water container, and then it's sprayed through this hose right here. This is a 50-foot hose. It is in fact an airline that I adapted to use, but it's food grade, so I really like using it. And it sends compost tea to this wand. So when I treat the pastures, I actually use this boom setup. You see this piece of pipe with these 2 emitters on it. It sprays a path, and I'll zoom back, about 12 feet wide, so that lets me do an entire acre at a time pretty quickly. Here's the 2-gallon sprayer. Next in the line, basically it's got a funnel top to it. For those of you that are not familiar with these things, let's see if I can do it without making too much of a mess. This funnel top makes it easy to get your material into it. I simply put the filter over the top of that we saw earlier, and then I pour the compost tea in there. It's going to be maybe 1 or 2 quarts based on how much I intend to dispense out. Here's an example of a typical 4-gallon pump sprayer. This gets worn on your back and can get quite heavy. It's not always my go-to, but I will use it if I have to. If I have to, say, feed one particular garden plot, I have some large garden plots, I'll use this. If I'm going to go somewhere where I know there's no way for me to get something in with power, something in with a trailer, I'll use this. If I'm going to be feeding somewhere where it's just simply too inconvenient to bring the larger 25-gallon pump sprayer, this is the go-to. The top can be removed, and then it has its own little strainer basket, but I don't rely on that strainer basket. I still like to use that little filter bag because I know that it's going to allow all the biology through, but it's going to stop and trap any of the larger substances that are going to clog up the spray wand. Inside the handle of the spray wand right here, this can be removed from the hose, and in this section right here, there's actually a filter. For all intents and purposes, I didn't like the mesh that the filter had, so I felt it was a good idea to remove that and allow my pre-screened material to flow through unabated. I don't want it getting trapped here. If it gets trapped here, that could lead to other problems. What I do use is I use a large emitter tip. This right here has a slightly larger hole than it did when I bought it new, and it allows me to spray a very wide swath of compost tea. It allows me to spray underneath the leaves, on top of the leaves, and it allows me to drench the roots as well. Last but not least is the super sophisticated green watering drug. If I'm ever going to be doing any root drenching, I love to use this one right here. It works better, it works faster, and you don't have to strain the material before it goes in here. You can still do a 1:4 or a 1:8 ratio. You can still water to your heart's content, or you can apply compost teas, and you're going to get great results from this. Sitting beside it, you can just see I have a 1-gallon old vinegar container that I put my plant juices in. Yeah, a little segue into the next video. So the next video, I'm going to show you a little bit more about how I collect plant juice. There's been a lot of talk about fermented plant juice or plant juices used to make compost teas or to use as teas themselves. We're going to get into that. So that pretty much wraps it up, folks. Let's say hello again. Hello. We're dark. There we go. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to put them in the comments. Contact me directly. Those of you who have already chatted with me online know that that's pretty easy to do. And by all means, try what you have first. If you've got something at the home that's going to work simpler than what I've got here, geez, you can make compost tea in almost any vessel, and you can transfer it to the plants in almost any vessel. Any jug, any jar, any bottle, any can, it makes no difference. If you can dilute the solution so that it's not super potent, that has nothing to do with it. It's not about potency. It's about understanding that there's billions of microbes available in 1 tablespoon of these teas. And what we want to do is we want to spread them out as efficiently as possible. There's really no reason to either pour all of them into one zone or over apply them. There really isn't. Because there's simply so much of them in these teas when they're done being aerated that the idea is to capitalize on your ability to maximize the yield from what little compost that you have. I've spoke about this before, folks. If you've got 1 single pound of compost, you can very effectively feed, inoculate, and regenerate the biology in an acre of ground. Have you ever tried to spread a pound of compost on an acre of ground? I just want y'all to give it some thought. What I'm talking about here is super efficient. What I'm talking about here is easier than you making compost tea. Applying it. It's the easiest thing you can do. I mean, honestly, the hard part is making it, and that's not even that difficult. Applying it, that's when the good stuff happens. So be well, grow better, learn as much as you can, stay paying attention. And if all else fails, reach out to Creedmoor. He might know something that you don't, and if he does, he's more than happy to share. Peace.